Recording. Hello guys, good morning. I hope you can hear me clearly. Let's continue from yesterday class, right? So yesterday what we have done is create the navbar, right? Set up the project and create a navbar. Also we have installed Clerk for our authentication. Clear? So now if I go to live site right here, let me close all that. I'm going to need that. I will move this to the bottom. Yeah, fine. So if I go here live site, right, only thing what I have done is if you look at the middleware, right, in the middleware we just add the protected route. Okay, yesterday was I don't know, I think it was the, yeah, I think protected route, right? So just give some setting, like, I mean, normally how it work, right? I think yesterday I said all route is protected by default, but this is just opposite. Okay, all route is not protected. Now we're gonna add the route for protected, right? So auth, like sign in and sign out, is here. Sign in and sign up is not protected. Okay, we don't want to protect, right? Yesterday that's what we did. We did not, we add to not protected route here. Okay, just opposite of that, what we did is let's make our root route protected, because when you open the website, right, localhost 3000, you will see something, similar to this, right? Something like that, or maybe Twitter, here. Once you log in, only you will be able to see. Okay, so that is the root route, right? Our home page. So we can protect that. Only logged in user can see that. Okay, so just make changes here. So this is just a setting, right? Just demo page. We don't have setting yet. And then this is the root route. In order to go to the root route here, see, I'm in the root route. I'm trying to get to the root route, right? If I delete this and enter, it will send me to the login page, right? So if I just click on the Google, like logged in with Google, it should log me in, right? And I can now get to my home page. Okay, like friends page or maybe stories, these are like not protected yet, so we will deal with that later, right? But for now, let's say home page is protected. Okay guys, so that's done. Let's start for today class now, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna fix some of the like design, right? Add some CSS here. So let's do that. So first thing is in the layout, right? What we're gonna do in our layout is we're gonna add here in the body, right? Here we're just gonna add some CSS. So that will be div, and inside we're gonna wrap our nav, right? In the class name, let's make it with full. Then we will be bg. I think we can make it, we can leave it, or we just make it white, right? And then px4. Okay, in the normal, right, in the small device, padding left and right will be 4. Let's make it MD device, maybe padding of 8. And I think after that we have a large device of padding 16, and maybe 2XL, or XL and 2XL, right? So as the screen increase, we can increase the padding, right? So that should be around 32 and 2XL. Let's make it padding of 64, right? Okay, so that is done. We're gonna put the same thing, right, for our children also. Okay, so let's add here and close it, right? Save. So that is all. Yeah, so let's check now. Let's go back and check our website, right? So it looks something like this. Okay, fine. Next, what we're going to do is Yeah, so that was the one thing we fixed, right? And how you're going to center the like login and log out. Okay, so in the page here, in the sign in page, right, just add this CSS. Okay, so height calc, this is the calc, right, in the CSS property. Okay, so you calculate the total height of the page minus 96 pixel, right? The 96 is our nav bar. Let's set how much is nav bar height, right? We're going to figure out that here. In the nav bar, we have given some height here. Height is 24, that is 96 pixel. Okay, so 100 view height, h minus, and in the square bracket we're going to put the, remember in CS, in our Tailwind, right, we can add custom CSS inside the square bracket. So let me close this here, right, in the page. Height and the square bracket, you can apply some custom CSS, right? So I'm just using calcif function from the CSS. It will take 100 view height, 100% of the height minus top height, right? So now this box, right, will be after 96 pixel, means you left the top 96 pixel, and then below there start the 100%, right? So that's what happened here. Now whatever inside, we're going to give flex item center, justify center, right? So that this sign in box will be in our center page. Similarly with the sign up also, right? You can add same CSS here. Okay, it will be in center. So that is all change I have made. We fix our layout. Now we can, what we can do, right? We can add the, okay, let's try to, I mean, we can add what we can do, right? I think we can write a schema first, or we can just create maybe the home page, like layout for the home page, right? Let's see. Okay, let's do the layout, right? Then schema will be, I mean, I have the code already, it will be quick. So let's start with the layout. So in the component here, right? See, normally what we're going to do is in the layout here, right? Let me, I mean, something like this. Okay, let's imagine there will be the what we call, right, what we can call this section, what we call, right, some kind of like a story here. You can add some story, or you can see all the story, right, on the top. So this will be story section. Then after, below that, we're gonna have maybe the post section, something like this. So here, what is happening, right? So you can post something like post this section. So you're gonna have the user information, like image, something like that, and there will be form, right, and maybe some buttons like this. Okay, so that is the post section, that is one component. And then the user maybe feed right here. So here you're going to see all the feeds. Okay, so in the feed we might have the user information like this, then image, and then we can maybe add some paragraph, and then this button like likes, or maybe share, something like that, right? We can like views, how many views are there, so we can maybe put something similar to this. Okay, so let's see, we have how many, this will be the story, right, on the top, that is the story, display all the story. Then we have this form or box here to add the post and the feed, right, we can call it feed. Okay, so 3 sections. We have the left section, right section, and the middle one, right? So we're gonna first, let's design this middle one today class. So we gonna now go back here, right, in the page, we're just gonna add here, right? So let's do that. I'm gonna delete all this, no need. So how it gonna work, right? In the let me check, and I have added some. So we have mobile device, then the let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's start, right? Let's start. I will want, I can leave that one, or you can remove it, does not matter. So we have flex, right? Flex and gap of 6. Fine. What we want, right? First, I want to, because this is the home page, correct? So we need 3 sections. I said left, right, and middle, right? So we have 3 div like this. Let's call it left section. Then middle right here. This is what we're gonna write code for. Okay, middle section, right, and the right section. So let's just put the placeholder for now, right? So left section in the mobile device, you only want to display this one, right? Like for example, if you go to the here, right, in the mobile, you don't want to display this left and right. You just want to display this feed, right? Like scroll through the feed. Okay, whatever in the feed middle section, right? That's what we're gonna do. So we have to give some class name here, right? Class name will be, in the mobile device it is hidden. Okay, and Excel maybe after extra large, right? Make it display, that is block. Okay, and then yeah, so that is fine. How much it will occupy, right? When it display, how much space we can give it? So let's give it around 20%. So we're gonna make 20 on the left, center will be 50, and the right will be 30, right? So here we can write, in the small device it will be hidden again, hidden, and then we can display this not extra large, maybe LG will be blocked, and we can add width, right? Width of how much I said, 30%. Okay, 30%. Fine. So that is okay, right? Let's keep it here now. So this will be always there. Okay, last name, we can say it will always take whatever space available, right? Let's make it full width, so it will expand or contract, right? Always. So in the small device, even small device, it is by itself, so it will take full width. Then in the, because we see we have this 30%, right, and 20%, so 30% will be in the LG. So we don't have the top one in the LG, right? So what we can give this in the LG device is LG, we can say width of how much, 70, right? 70%. And in the after XL, okay, it will be 50, correct? Width will be 50%. I think that is good enough, right? Yeah, so that is fine. So let's check now, right? If you go to the home page, you will see something like this. So in the left side, middle section, and the right section. If I, like go small device, right, you just see the middle section here. Okay, if you keep expanding, you're going to see the right section right there. And when you go large device to XL, right, you're going to see the left section, middle section, and right section. So that is what we are trying to create here. Okay, so that's good enough. Now our goal is to just work on the middle section. Okay, so let's go back in the component, right? We're gonna have, like here we're gonna add a lot of things, right? So things we're gonna add is, let's see what we're gonna add here. I said 3 things, right? 3 things we're gonna add. Okay, so we don't have component here. The top one will be story, right? Stories. Okay, after that we're gonna have stories, then add post, in the middle, right? And then on the bottom, we're gonna have a feed, right? Like that. So this will be top in each. I mean, there is story, then there is post and the feed, right? So feed, in the feed section, there will be a lot of things. Like there is a lot of feed, right? Look at this one, okay? If you go to the here, right? This is the feed. So you have a lot of feed. You keep scrolling, right? You have feed, lot of feed, okay? So we have to design feed accordingly, right? The component. But story will be one on the top. Like it has a lot of story inside, right? You just put all there. Add post will be one box. The feed we're gonna have to design, like you're gonna have separate feed, one feed, and then you feed the data to that one, right? Component, and that will repeat, like how many feeds are there, it will keep repeating, right? So okay, so yes, we're gonna start with the story now. Stories, right? Stories, I mean, these are on the top, like in the column, not column, but yeah, column, right? We have to make it column. Okay, so let's add another box here, div, because yeah, we can do that. And we say maybe flex, class name flex, flex call, and gap of 6, right? Fine. So let's create all this component in our component here. So I'm gonna add stories.tsx, and then we're gonna have add post.tsx, and then feed, right? So feed.tsx. Okay, so we can import all now, right? So that error will be gone. Import add post, then import feed and the stories. Import stories, right? Fine. So that is done. If you look at now, it looks something like this. So now it's time to design the stories, okay? And then post and the feed, right? So let's get back to the stories page and start writing some CSS. What is the stories now, right? Let me check here. So this is the div. In the stories, normally, if you look at the, let's look at here, right? Here is the stories, okay? Something like this. There will be the image and the name on the bottom, right? So here is only 2 stories. Maybe I'm going to have a lot of stories, right? Same thing. Let's design this simple component, right? Class name, padding of 4. So in the box, right? The whole box, okay? Padding of 4 all side. Let's give it BG of white, and then rounded. I'm just creating a box, right? Of LG or MD. I think LG should be fine. Then I'm going to have some shadow also, right, to the box. That is MD. What else I can add? Yeah, we can give text, maybe text of extra small, something like small, right? SM. Okay, fine. That is all I have. Then yeah, so now we're gonna, this is the box, right? Wrapper box for the stories, okay? Like main box, right? So inside here, we're gonna have another div, and then we can add some CSS. So this is the box. Fine. Okay, so let's add here, right? Class name. So box, let me think. Box, then we have another box inside, and then we're gonna add the image and the text, right? So the inner box will be this, because we just copy this one, right? this will be like, let's say this is one story. Okay, we just copy this couple of times to make it okay. So I think because we don't have flex here, right? Yeah, this will be the second box, like wrapper box inside. Okay, so we can say flex, then will be the gap of maybe 6 or 8, something like that. And then what else we can add? Yeah, that is fine, right? Now inside, this will be our stories. Okay, so here we're gonna have image, right? But let me import the image. Okay, image from the, yeah, so image like that. Source, you're gonna get alt, right? Alt, and then so we can call it stories 1, something like that. Okay, so here we're gonna get image from the, let's find some image, right? On splash or something like that. Up. So you can find any image, right? Just add it. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Copy image address and paste here. So that's the image, right? We can give a width. How much width we can give? Of 80 and height of 80, right? Height of 80. This will be rounded box. Okay, so it should have the okay, we'll check, right? Let's see how we can make that round. So here we're gonna have the span tag, and let's call it maybe what we can call it, right? Something, flower lady, right? Okay, so that is this. So here, okay, let's check now, right? See how it looks. Okay, if I go back to the page, it will give us error. Okay, why? Because remember, the Next.js will not support directly, right, these things, this image from the outsource. So we have to make some changes to the next config right here. We have to add something. Next config, I think images, right? And it should take the array, and inside we're gonna have a object, right? You can add many. So protocol will be HTTPS, and images. Okay, I think I'm doing something not correct. Anyone remember this code? There will be object first, and then it should have a remote pattern, right? And this is gonna have object array with object inside each. Maybe there you are importing image from a lot of link, right? So now here you're gonna get host name. That is the protocol. First will be protocol, right? Protocol HTTPS, and the second one is host name, right? Host name. Okay, so the host name we have is it will tell us, maybe it gives something here. We don't have it. Let me find it. Oh, here. So this is the one. Okay, that's the host name, right? That is all we need. Save, and it should work. Okay, and if we have to restart after changing, yeah, so you can see now, right? It looks something like that. So we can go back and make it, let's go back here, right? And we can apply some class, but let's go back first here, and then class name, we can say flex, because the image on the top and the name on the bottom, right? We can make it flex column, item center, and then gap, let's make it gap of 2, right? 2, and then cursor pointer. Okay, cursor will be pointer, right? So that is all we have to do. But this image, we must apply some CSS to make it round, right? So what is the CSS here? Let's add a class name, and then we can call it maybe rounded full, right? Full. Yeah, so it looks something like that. Let me see if there is something I have with. Yes, some. Okay, fine. So okay, that is fine, right? That is fine. So what we can do is we can even add here, right? Let's add the font. Medium. Let's see. So how we can make that rounded, right? Rounded full. You know, what was this CSS for that? It's a rounded full should work, right? But it did not. So okay, fine. So in the story, normally what gonna happen, right? This is one story, correct? We can copy this, okay, and then we just add here, right? Like that. So you see, it looks something like this. Okay, you're gonna get all the story, right? But you don't want to, like, you know, it, if you keep adding, what gonna happen, right? It will, you know, it, you see it, you don't want to you know, look like this. You want to make a scroll, right? It is you need to scroll inside. Okay, so for that, the parent box, right here, let's add something called we don't want to overflow, right? I think that is overflow scroll. Okay, if you do that, see it is scroll now, right? And also you don't want this bar. Fine. So how are we going to fix that? There is no fix inside the Tailwind, so we have to write our custom CSS, right? So we can call it maybe, yeah, so max width, because it, only thing I'm worried about is the this not getting around, right? I think it may be not taking the maximum width, you know. So let's call I think width maybe max. Let me see. Yeah, it, I mean, it just took this maximum width, but still it did not get rounded, right? We'll see, we're gonna fix that one. Okay, but let's remove this, like you want to scroll it with the without the this one, right? Just like moving the cursor. Okay, how we can do that? So we have to write our own custom CSS. So here we can name it, let's apply some name, right? We can call it maybe scroll, let's call it scroll bar, or maybe scroll bar hide, right? Hide. So you go to the custom CSS and somewhere on the bottom, you can apply that. Dot. So it should be something like a, I think the scroll, there is dot. What is the class name we added? Let's go back and check, right? Take this class name and then try to add that here, and we can call it I think scroll bar width. Scroll bar width will be none, right? None. Let's see if that work. Yeah, so not, I mean, it should so this did not work. Okay, we have to apply one more thing, right? So dot scroll bar height colon colon, and then should be for the Chrome, right? I think the WebKit, let's see, dash scroll bar, right? And then we're going to apply something called scroll bar height again. Let's see, scroll bar height. Uh, Display maybe none. I'm not sure, but let's see if this works. So it's not working. Maybe we have to add a couple of more. Let's add and see if that will do the job, right? But I'm gonna get this proper CSS and then fix it, okay? But you get the idea what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, and also we need to make this round, right? So that is one thing we have to fix. See, the box round must be, I mean, we added in only one, right? That's the problem, you know. So okay, so all has rounded full, right? And also we can apply like a, you know, cursor pointer, right? We can do that. Oh, there is already cursor pointer. So width 80, height 80, right? And the class name rounded full. That's the each box, right? But if we make this box, you know, like just make this box rounded. No, it's not gonna, because we have this span tag also, right? If you do that, it will not work, right? Let's try this. Yeah, it will not work. So okay, so I have to figure out how to make this proper, like a kind of nice round, right? But you get the idea. And also need to scroll this, right? When you move the cursor, it should scroll. Okay, so it's not moving. That is the thing we have to fix. Now next thing is adding the add post, right? So can I maybe ask, right, this code how to make round? Okay, let's leave it. No need to stress too much for that. I will figure out that, and then we're gonna add. Okay, the next step is close that and go back to the add post section. Okay, so let's work on that. class name. Here we're gonna, add post will be again same thing, something like this. We're gonna make a box. We're gonna have an image here, most likely the name or something like that, and then the field, right? The form, like text area, and we can maybe add some emoji or something like that to display all the emoji. If you want to add emoji also, and maybe this field. Okay, so let's try to create that. Class name, add some padding right in the box itself, give some shadow to the box, shadow MD. We just keep it similar to the above. Make a background of white, and then rounded, make it LG, and then make the box flex, and then gap, give a gap of 4, and justify center, right? What else we can add? Text, maybe small, right? Fine. So we can, what we can do is we can even use the avatar, right? Remember, we have the avatar from the SATCN, so I might change that icon, right, with the avatar. Let's check that one. We are trying to do our own round image, but it's better to use avatar, right? So let's go back here and find the avatar. It will look like this, right? So let's install that. Oh, we have already installed, right? Oh, no. Need to install the following package. Okay. We got the avatar now, right? So if you go to the, okay, we're just going to use here, okay, for now, and then later we're going to change that one. So in this one, first, most likely we're going to have a avatar. So let's import that, right? How are we going to use avatar, right? Like you just import this one, this whole thing, right? And then call this one here for now. So in the future, right, in the component, we just change this information, okay, like image, you change that image, right? You have to change that. Okay, and then you change it, whatever information here, right? So let's see if this work. Go back. We don't see anything, right? So it will give it, okay, with it displaying. So what is the error now? Unexpected token div, right, in the add post. So let's check now. Okay, I delete something here. Yeah, so you see this one. Okay, for now we can leave it like that. So we got the avatar now, right? And then we can add the name. I think if there is no name, it's okay, that's fine. And now we're gonna add the post area. So after this div, right, see the flex, there is a gap. Okay, we're gonna add something called okay, let's add another div here. And give some class name, right? Flex, and then the gap will be 4. What else we can do? Flex, make this So see, the thing is, avatar will be on the left side. Then we need a text area, right, in the middle, and then maybe some kind of a logo or something on the right side. We can add that. So this middle one need to take the whole space, right? Okay, so let's make it flex 1, so it will expand all the way. Okay, and then text area, we can define it here. Let's call it post, I believe. Yeah, and give it ID or something, right? No need. You can add a placeholder. Placeholder, what we're gonna add, right? Something similar to this. If I delete here, what's happening, right? What is happening? So what is happening, right? Okay, so we got the text area done. We can give some class name, right? Let's add a class name of busy slate, maybe 100. What else we can add, right? Or we can give some rounded, right? Rounded LG, just to make it round, right? Okay, and then after that we're gonna have some image. So let's add image, right? Source, we need to import that. Okay, so import image. Source will be, I don't know if we have, I added a couple of images here, right? So let's see if I can use that emoji. Okay, so let's display that. EMOJI, right? PNG. We call it alt, maybe let's call it emoji, right? We can give a width and height. So the width will be 20 and give a height also, right? Something is okay. We can add some class name for this. So width give 5, height 5, cursor will be pointer. So here, in the future, I think we can display some emoji or something like that. So you want to put this in the end of the container, right? This flex container having everything, even here, okay, this one, right? So it should be end of the flex one. So self, I think is what is this? Flex self end, I believe that's the one we're gonna push it to the end, right? What else we can add now? Let's see how it looks. Okay, it did not push all the way, right? So that's what not good. I want this box to take like whole space, so why did not? Let's make it that one, right? With full. This box, flex 1, flex text area and image side by side, gap is 4, right? We have avatar, we have this, so this will also be, we can make it with full and see what happened. Yeah, it did not go all the way. So I have to make this box go all the way, right? And then that should be better. Okay. So the next thing is after this, so we done with let's say we have avatar, this all right, we finished with that. Maybe here we can add another div and display something on the bottom, right? So let's do a class name here. Justify center text is small, right? If I let me put this one inside, right? Why not I just put this in this box, so they're all in this one row, right? Let me try that. With full flex gap. So let's take this out, right? Because if this is the flex item, there is a gap for this is just the image, right? Then better because child need to expand all the way, right? And this is the text area. This is what I want to make, one. Now, yeah, it worked now, right? So fine. Let's continue here. Class name. We're gonna add a couple of things like this, right? You can like add something like media or maybe some images. I don't know what is emoji here. Couple of things we're gonna add, right? So let's do that. So see, it will be all in one row, so we can make it flex. So they all the child will be going in one row, right? We can make it item center, and then we can add gap of 4, right? Gap of 4. Okay, we can do that. Let's add some margin top and the text. We can change the text color also, right? Text gray, maybe 100, 200, something. We can 100 will be very like a light, right? 400 is how much? Yeah. Then we have the inside, right? We're gonna add like a div and just add image there. Okay, so div, and inside we're gonna have image. We have the image, right, already. So let's import that image. Okay, source. So the first image will be maybe, let's say, add maybe video or photo, something like, right? So we have add photo, right? Photo. Let's see, we have add photo. Add video, add image, right? Okay. Image dot png. You can give it all text to add image. The image will be photo, right? Photo. Okay. So what will be the width and height? We can apply some width and height, right? So this will be very small. Okay. Image height 20, and just below this add span tag and call it photo, right? So here we can class flex form. Then make it gap of 2, right? Because you want to have space between these two. So let's check now. Oh, it went other side, right? We don't want that. So where I put that, let me check I have flex here, right? I will just make it flex column here. So it will move down. Okay. Yeah. So with now remember, this is the flex box, right? I can add many items. Okay, this is one item. I'll just copy this couple of times and add it here, right? So it will be something like this. Okay, so now you can change it with the, just change it, right? So just add maybe image, right? What is that? Photo, then add video. Then you can add maybe events, right? So let's click here. Add event, the event, right? Then maybe you can add, what else you can add, right? So let's add emoji here. Just put emoji. Maybe, okay, let's leave it like that, right? Event. Let me delete the remaining. If we need, because it depends on the, whatever item you want to add, right? Later it will be dynamic, so you can increase the number of this box and add whatever you want to include there. It looks something like this. Okay. You can make it cursor pointer, right, if you want. So just make it cursor pointer. Fine. So we got this done now, right? So we have the top section, then we have the add post here. What we can do, maybe we can add the button, right? Like on the right side, like add post or something. So this is this section. Now let me check. This is inside here, right? Flex item center. I will make it justify between, right? Oh, if I do that, because these are the children, right? There are many children, so yeah, I can, what I can do is simply add here button, right? Let's import the button. Okay, import button and just add it in here, div and button, right? Add post. You can make it variant, maybe if you want. Let's make it ghost link outline. Yeah, let's make it outline, right? And I will make this self end, right? SCL self end, because yeah, so it should go to the end of the box. It did not, right? So how I can fix that? Let me check. That's the one child, right? Column, that's the child. Okay, I want to make this go on the end. So normally, what we can do is we have flex, item centered, gap 4, and all that, right? Or we can wrap all this, in one box. So we can just add div right here, div, and I think that should align self. This should move, the flex item center, right? Align self in. This box will go to the in. I don't know why it didn't move. Okay, fine. Let's copy this. For now, the solution will be, you have to keep trying, right? Here, make it flex, right? Item center and justify between. So justify between, right? So it will push, all the way, right? Okay, I cannot understand why it did not work. Gap of 4. Yeah. So, okay, I now I see why, right? Maybe we have to make it with both. Yeah, but that is not a good solution. Yeah, that is not a good solution, right? So fine. So we have to fix that one. Okay, for now you get the idea, right? What I'm trying to do. I will just leave it. I just have to write the proper CSS here, right, to make sure it goes to the end of the line here. Okay, just like wrap it all in one box and keep it separate, right? And then you're gonna have parent box here. So the parent is a flex, and in that parent you make it like a justify between, right? So that all this box will be in the left side and this only will move on the right side, right? That's how it works. So if I do align self in, right, then maybe we try this. Just try here, like width full, right, and see if that works. I did not. Okay, let's leave it. So that's good. Now it's feed, right? Okay, we took a lot of time, right? What I will do is I'm just gonna write the code for the feed. So the feed will be basically exact same thing here, right? Something like you have the name, avatar name here, then image you have, and maybe some paragraph, right? Just display. Okay, so in the feed box, yeah, so in the feed here. Okay, so let's look at the feed now, right? Things we have to do in the feed. Okay, let's write some of the CSS and then we'll stop. It like padding 4. We're gonna have padding 4 and then BZ, make it BZ white. This is the main container for the feed, right? Shadow MD and a rounded LG, right? Okay. Next, we can make it so there will be a lot of box, right? Like the logo or avatar, then the name, then again you're gonna have the image in the center, then you're gonna have paragraph and all that. Okay, so there will be a lot of different section in the feed. So that will be go in flex and then flex column, because it will go on the top of each other, right, column wise. And then let's make it a gap of maybe 10, 6, 12, whatever. Now inside the feed, so you're gonna have multiple feed, right? Multiple feed. So let's call that one post. Okay, every time you post, that is one feed, right? Let's call it post. and we don't have post yet, so we have to design that. So go back to the component here and post.tsx React arrow function, right? And then let's import that post here. Okay, import post, right? And then you're going to display. So if you're going to have many feeds, they all will be posts, right? So you just put like that for now. Okay, but in the future you're going to have data in the database. You just like loop through that database and displaying this only one component, right, by passing the each item, each data. Okay, so let's leave it like that. If you check now, we're gonna have all this post now, right here. So now we have to design this post. So in the post here, let's write some code now, right? Okay. Let's see what we can do now. So class name, maybe flex, item center, justify between, and our text is small, right? So let's make it small for all, same. Div again, right? So class flex and give a gap of maybe, I think 6. Let's add it. So inside here, the first thing what we're going to do, right, is we want to display the avatar. Okay, so add another div, right? Class name, make a flex, item center, and then gap between the avatar, 4. BG, let's give some background, 100, right? Padding, add some padding also. Okay, so here either we can use the image, right? Either we can use the image. So I don't know what we can add, right? I mean, that's okay. Let's add the what we're gonna add. So flex item center, okay, padding 2, right? Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's add an image here, right? Let's import, and we're gonna fix that later, right? Maybe I will try to fix later, and then I will explain again tomorrow. Import image, right? And then let's add some image here. I mean, if you look at this, right? If you look at the design here, so I mean, we can do the same thing, right? Like display this avatar and put the name on the. Okay, let's do the same thing, right? So what I will do, I'm just gonna import avatar for now, okay? Or we can even use the image, that matter, but I will just import the avatar. It's easy for me. So I'll just import that and copy this, right? Because this is placeholder, you can change in the future, right? Oh, X. So that should go inside here. Okay, and then after that, right? So So this is the avatar, and then I'm gonna have the text on the right side. So I can add here a span tag and call it Elon Musk, right? Whatever is his name. Okay, fine. So that is done. If you want to add emoji, you can put also, right? Or something, some emoji there. So now if we check this design error, what is the error now? So it's giving some error. Okay, so our server is not running. Let's check. I don't know what is that error. I will just refresh the system, right? Whole system. Okay, so now it looks something like this. We will continue with our work, right? So that was the name. After name, we need to add something, right? So the span, okay, we added that. We close the div. We have done that. The next one is so like display the image of the person, right? Just below that. So let's do that. After this one, I want to add another div, right? Let's add another div. Class name should be again flex column and gap of 4, right? And inside here we're going to add image. So we don't have image imported. Let's import that image, right? So we call the image here. Let's bring one image from the from our Unsplash, right? And we can take the same image, or let's copy something nice. I don't know what I can copy, right? Reading book. So we just gonna have alt, call it reading habit, right? And we can make it we can give a width or height, or maybe we can let the fill the box, right? So let's try fill and give a class name of object fit, because the div, there is a div, right? And if the div has some size, it should fill that box. Okay, so that should be fine. Object fit, or maybe cover. What else we can add? Rounded MD. Okay guys, so that is the thing. Let's see now, let's check now, right? See if how how it looks. Oh, it just fill the box, right? So we can give a I don't know how much we can give. Object object fit. Let's try this. Okay, too much. So we can, right? We can apply what we can apply now. What we can apply right here. Let me see. Let me think, guys. So we have this box. I want to fill that box, right? So that box will be, let me give a width of full, right? And see what happens. Width of full, and see if this will work. Object cover, right? Try that. Did not. So I mean, basically I need to fit this inside this div, right? Then that's the child of that box. So if I make it width full here, that's gonna make change. No, right? Yeah, so I have to figure out how to fix that. Okay, I mean, for now we can give some size, right? Some like a, we can apply like a width of maybe 400 and height of 400, right? Just give it like fixed size, but it's not a good idea. Okay, you can get here, right? It should go on the top and the image will go on the bottom. So that's the issue there. So flex call, because of here, right? Let's do it. Flex call, flex call, right? Item center. That's one thing, you know. No, that was fine, right? That is fine. Flex. Okay, let me see why it's not behaving properly. That's the image box, right? One item, one child. This is the second child. And why? Anyone guess why this is not up and down? I mean, this will be on the top and this will be on the bottom, right? But I know the only thing is I think of is this, right? Flex. Let's expand this. So this is the box. I want this one on the top, right? That one thing. This close here already. Okay, so I believe this will be inside, right? We can make it here. And then we can make this one flex call, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then, you know, like normally, I mean, this is okay for now. We're gonna fix that, right? Then you're gonna have like a paragraph, okay? So you want to add a paragraph, right? Like that. That will be, you know, the paragraph here. And then most likely you're gonna have some like some icons here, right? To like, like share or likes or something like that. We're gonna add here in the maybe something in each part. So okay guys, I will for now I will just leave it up to here, right? In tomorrow class, I will have some code written already. I didn't write anything, I just had some notes make, right? So I'll just write down some codes, and then we're gonna quickly finalize this part, like our layout, right? And also we're gonna talk about our schema. Okay, so schema code is there. I mean, you guys, if you want, you can test. If you go to the GitHub, right? Look at the schema code. So that should be in our social media, right? Okay, here is the schema code. So there is user, then there is a post, there is comment, there is like, followers, follow request. You can send the request, and somebody can follow you. So you want to keep record of all that, right? Everyone is user, correct, in the site. So you follow, then that is you just send the request for follow, right? Then they're gonna accept that is following, right? I mean, follow request, then followers, how many people follow you, right? That is followers. So you want to keep record of all that. Story, there will be story. If you want to block someone, you can add the block also, right? So these are the few the things you want to do in your social media site, right? Okay guys, thank you very much. We're gonna continue tomorrow, right? Let me stop here.